How does a truck maker remain at the top of the sales ladder for 36 years? They build a bulletproof truck that people love to drive. But the last time Isuzu rolled out an entire lineup of N-Series trucks was 2008. So they're as old as Facebook. But behind me is the all-new model though. We're going to take it for a drive from Torquay back to our Isuzu headquarters at Truganina. Bit of highway, bit of city work, see if it stacks up, see if it's as good as the old models. These models might look familiar, but beneath the skin, a lot has changed. They're brimming with technology for starters, featuring all the advanced driver systems you'd find in most modern passenger cars, as well as scoring exterior improvements like bi-LED headlights and an array of cameras and radars to keep you safe out on the road. The grills are reimagined and the overall presence of these new models is a lot more modern. They're still recognisable though, which I personally like. The all-new range takes Isuzu's proven light truck recipe and makes it even better. Under the hood, or the cabin, are new Euro 6 engines. Isuzu has taken its proven 3 and 5.2 litre engines and cleaned them up with an after-treatment system that uses AdBlue to reduce emissions. Probably the biggest change for the little N-Series is a new 9-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, and it also features a torque converter, so it's punchy off the line. This is, without a doubt, the most impressive automatic gearbox offered in a light truck, and it shifts better than half the dual-cab utes out there. But we don't have one here today, so we'll be testing the existing 6-speed AMT. I'm fairly sure Isuzu is onto a winner here once again, but I'm keen to jump in for the day, drive it, and my guess is it's probably going to be even better again. I'm in the NQR 88 190 model. The 88 stands for its GVM, 8.8 tonnes. The 190 stands for 190 horsepower, European horsepower. I've spent a lot of time in N-Series. I've owned an early 2000s model. I've been in modern ones, old ones. This is certainly the swankiest cab I've ever seen in an N-Series. It kind of feels like a car. Let's take it for a drive. Okay, we're setting off in the little N-Series, and I want to talk to you about some of the updates in this model that aren't technology related or exciting engine updates. They make a big difference to the driving overall. The first is the steering wheel's physically smaller. So when you're in a truck, even a light duty truck, it's typically a big bus style truck wheel that you sort of sit above and have to turn. This is a smaller wheel, so it feels like a car. And it's also positioned a little bit further forward, so it's closer to sort of driving a dual cab ute than a truck. Very subtle change, but it's one that I noticed almost immediately. In terms of the technology updates, there's a 10.1-inch infotainment screen, which is quite big for a truck. It's got all your smartphone mirroring, navigation, all the stuff you need. The navigation's obviously mapped for a truck of this weight and size and height and everything, so you put in a destination, it's going to make sure you don't end up going down a road you shouldn't be. So probably the biggest technology update in this truck is their active and passive safety systems. There's 15 systems in total. They range from lane departure warning to pedestrian detection. So these trucks have never been safer, both for you as an operator and also pedestrians and other road users. And while we're on the topic of those ergonomics, not only have they moved the steering wheel position and the dash position, but the seats are actually different, and they're not just different in terms of the comfort, they're positioned differently. So it puts you in a better position to be driving. You're sitting a little bit further back, you've got a more car-like experience, and you do feel it. Like, it really doesn't feel like I'm in a truck, it feels like I'm in a ute. There's also an automatic park brake, so when you bang this little N-Series into park, the handbrake comes on automatically. Look, they say that helps with rollover or roll-off situations. I don't know how many people are sort of getting out of their truck and watching it roll away, but it's a safe little feature and it's handy. The last little technology feature I'll touch on is this information display between the two tachos, so between your rev gauge and your speedometer. It's lifted basically from a D-Max by the looks of things. It's got some handy little features. It obviously shows you how much fuel and AdBlue you've got, your engine temp. But one of the things I really like, and it's part of that active safety system, is there's a distance setting. So I can see how far I am from the car in front in meters. I can also see what speed they're doing. And that's actually the really handy feature. So we're taking off right now, and I can see that the car in front's doing 27 kilometers an hour. I'm doing 20, so I know that it's accelerating quicker than me. And distance is really handy too, because visually I might think we're 50 meters away, but we're 31. So, I'm not always getting it right. This is a very accurate system, and I'm finding myself glancing down quite a bit. On the driving dynamics, because obviously that's what you all want to know about, and that's what I was most interested about. Is this thing as simple to drive as the N Series always has been? Is it as reliable? I mean, there's no reason it wouldn't be. I'm in the 5.2 litre right now. They've also got the 3 litre little 4J engine. But both of these engines are the same engine. They've just got an SCR system. They use AdBlue, but the engines themselves are fine. And from a drivability standpoint though, they feel a little bit better. They've been tweaked obviously. These engines are getting smarter and smarter. They're all computerized. But I think a lot of that comes down to the 6-speed in this, the automated manual transmission. It shifts just a little bit quicker. It downshifts a little bit quicker. So on the road, we're about 7 tonnes right now. So we've got a little bit left in the tank, obviously 8.8 tonne GVM on this, but it's holding the road really well. We're doing 80 along a pretty rough stretch of road down near the coast in Victoria here, and it's handling it pretty well. But the steering's really good. Like, it doesn't have that sort of frenetic, bouncy steering that you used to get in light trucks. It feels super planted. And I think a lot of that comes down to the position I'm in, but also that calibration of the steering. They've got it pretty well dialed. While we're not going to go too much into price, obviously this new updated range is going to cost a little bit more. I mean, it's got heaps more technology, Euro 6 engines. It's a more advanced truck, and that's the same for pretty much every make and model from every manufacturer, because ultimately with the ADR rule change and the fact that everything's Euro 6, it's an opportunity to add a lot of active safety and really update the trucks across the board. So do I think there's a lot more value in this truck, without delving into price differences? Yeah, heaps more. And to be honest, it'd be a no-brainer to jump into something like this if you're on the road every day. You've got heaps of safety, really efficient engine, so you're going to be burning less diesel. There's no two ways about it. And it's a really comfortable truck to drive, really easy to drive. The new N Series looks great too, with a form meets function exterior that would look the part in any modern fleet. I particularly like the bi-LED headlights and redesigned grills. Then there's the interior treatment, which is more car-like than ever before. We all know it's hard to find experienced operators, so making trucks simpler to operate and more comfortable is a winning move. The range is Euro 6 clean, but also drives a lot better than the outgoing lineup. With new engines and gearboxes and tweaked suspension, steering setups, they've nailed it. The all-important question, would I buy one of these new ones over the outgoing model? Absolutely. They're cleaner, safer, more comfortable and easier to operate. But can they keep Isuzu on top of the light-duty sales ladder for a 37th year? I reckon they can.